Welcome to InvestEd.
Welcome sa InvestEd. So ngayon, ang re-reviewin natin na company ay ang companying DMCI Holdings, no? So take note, yung ating focus lang dito ay ang third quarter earnings lang ng company, no? So kung gusto niyo malaman yung full analysis natin sa company and kung paano tayo nag-analysis year to year sa company, so nasa baba yung descriptions natin sa kanya, no? So, yung focus lang natin dito ay ang third quarter earnings na company and ano yung positions natin sa company. Okay guys, so kung ready na kayo, let's start and see you on the other side. Hello guys, welcome sa channel natin. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel natin, huwag mong kakalimutan na i-subscribe and pindutin ang bell button para ma-notify ka sa mga bagong videos na lalabas sa channel natin. No? So dito, binabahagi ko yung 7 years of experience ko sa pag-trade at pag-invest ko sa stock market. And ang kagandahan pa dito, it's completely free. Maraming salamat. Welcome sa 1-year chart ni DMC. So nakikita natin dito, no, yung kanyang 1-year chart high ay nasa 7.5 and yung kanyang 1-year chart low ay nasa around 3, no. Kaso nakikita natin dito during the peak of pandemic, talagang massive drop down ng company. So doon nila nakuha yung 1-year chart low ng company, no. And now, nagtitrade na sila sa 5.23 pesos per share, okay? Okay, and this is the revenue ng company na quarterly basis. So nakikita natin dito in third quarter of 2020, meron silang revenue na 18 billion pesos revenue, and in second quarter of 2020 na nasa 11.7 billion pesos revenue comparing to the first quarter of 2020 na nasa 14 billion pesos revenue, no. So i-compare natin yung third quarter ngayon ni DMC sa same quarter last year. Nakikita natin dito na merong 22.3 billion pesos revenue and now nasa 18 billion na lang, no. Laki ng kanilang binaba, no, ng revenue. Okay? Okay, and this is the earnings per share actual versus forecast, no. So nakikita natin dito yung forecast ng mga analysts sa earnings per share ng company in third quarter ay nasa 0.16 pesos earnings per share, but yung actual na earnings per share ng company ay nasa 0.14 pesos earnings per share, no. So nakikita natin dito na below estimates yung actual na na-produce ng company, no. And now, kung titignan natin dito yung net income ng company in a quarterly basis na DMCI, so in third quarter of 2020, nasa 1.9 billion pesos net income sila compared to the second quarter of 2020 na nasa 1.4, and also compared to the first quarter of 2020 na nasa 616 million lang yung kanilang net income, no? Okay? So nakikita naman natin dito, no, first quarter to third quarter, nakikita natin na nag-improve na, bumabalik na yung kanilang, mataas na yung kanilang net income. Pero kung i-compare natin yung net income ngayon in third quarter sa same quarter last year, merong nasa 2.8 billion pesos net income ang company, and now nasa 1.9 na lang, no? Okay? Okay guys, so this is the report ng company na third quarter. Okay? Ako so sinasabi dito sa report that DMCI Holdings trims earning decline to 34% in third quarter. And in 9-month earnings down by 58% to 3.9 billion pesos. Sabi dito na DMCI Homes contributions up 70% in third quarter. DMCI Power and DMCI Mining deliver resilient growth. SMPC and DMCI hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. Ang sinasabi dito sa report, no, diversified engineering conglomerates DMCI Holdings recorded a 34% drop in consolidated third quarter's net income from 2.8 billion pesos to 1.9 billion pesos owing to a weak contributions from the integrated energy, construction, and water businesses. And excluding the non-concurring items, current net income for the third quarter 27% from 2.6 billion to 1.9 billion. And the real estate naman na company or the DMCI Homes accounted for 55% of the consolidated profit of its third quarter. And also, no, sinasabi dito sa report nila, among our businesses, Semirara and DMCI were hit hardest by COVID-19 pandemic. So sharp drop in demand of and prices for both coal and electricity because of the economic slowdown. So sinabi ito ni President Isidro A. Consunji, and also no, he added construction earnings deteriorated because of lower productivity and extraordinary expenses related to the pandemic. Okay, this is the 9-month earning breakdown ng company. So sinasabi dito, no, in a 9-month earning breakdown, the core income contribution from Semirara Mining and Power Corporation down by 64% from 4.7 billion to 1.7 billion, primarily due to anemic market condition and the imposition of coal import quotas in China last August. And also, no, DMCI Homes contributed a 1.1 billion core income, 40% lower from 1.8 billion last year because of lower revenue due to the imposition of lockdown which slowed down construction productivity. And also, no, from 664 million, DM Consunji Incorporated booked a net loss of 97 million because of expenses related to COVID-19. In addition, no, DMCI Power posted an 18% growth in earnings contribution from 341 million to 403 million on the back of higher electricity sales and upward tariff adjustment for its Aborlan power plant, strong China nickel demand coupled with a 41% jump in production, and the prevailing Indonesian nickel export ban allowed DMCI Mining to boost its income contributions by 190% from 87 million pesos to 252 million pesos. In addition, the contributions from Affiliate Maynila fell 22% from 1.6 billion to 1.2 billion owing to lower commercial sales and effective tariff, okay, and aggravated by higher amortizations and depreciations expenses. Okay, and this is the revenue breakdown ng company. So nakikita natin dito, 30.9% came from mining, 29% came from electricity sale, 21.3% came from construction, 16% came from real estate sales, 2% came from nickel mining, and 0.4% came from merchandise sales and others. Okay? Okay, this is the investment thesis na company, no? So nakikita natin dito, SCC vertical integration a key advantage over competitors. The Calaca plant sources coal from Semirara existing mining operations, allowing it to save on fuel costs compared to its peer. Furthermore, SCC will enjoy even higher cost savings, wow, from Calaca unit, no, 3 and 4 due to their ability to utilize waste coal and in generating power. Maynila bale volume has huge growth potential given that it only served 92% of the population of its concession area. Maynila also benefits from a high favorable concession agreement wherein it currently is allowed to increase tariff and earn a 7.89% after-tax return on operating expense. The capital maintenance and investment expenditure, it is also protected against inflation and forex risk through annual inflation adjustment and quarterly forex adjustment on its water rates. Okay? Lastly, no, sa investment thesis kay DMCI, beneficiary of this rising infrastructure spending, DMC will be one of the major beneficiaries of the government plan to boost infrastructure spending, given its 100% interest in DM Konsunji Incorporated, which is one of the biggest construction companies in the country. Okay, this is the investment thesis ng company. And this is the price to earnings ratio ng company and the 1-year return ng company. So nakikita natin dito na yung 1-year return ni DMCI or DMC ay nasa negative 35.9%, and comparing to the industries na kinabibilangan niya, okay, DMC is okay? So DMC underperformed the Philippine industries, which returned a negative 8.8% over the past year, and a company na sa negative 35.9, no? DMC underperformed also the Philippine market, which returned a 15% down over the past year, no? Kung titignan natin dito yung kanyang PE ratio during the third quarter of 2020 ay nasa 11.3 times PE ratio ang company. So kung i-compare natin sa industries na makinabibilangan naman niya, DMC PE ratio is a good value based on its PE ratio compared to the Philippine industries na kinabibilangan niya na mayroong 12.8 times PE ratio. And also, no, kung i-compare natin yung PE ratio ng company compare sa PSEI or sa ating market, nakikita natin dito na nasa 14.1 times PE ratio ng market, no? While si DMC ay nasa 11.3 times PE ratio lang. Okay? Ako, ito na yung intrinsic value ngayon ng company, no? So, kung napapansin nyo, iba na yung ginagamit nating intrinsic value na format, no? Kasi, yung mga data dito, no, pag nagre-release ang company ng earnings, no, and yung kanyang earnings, and kapag nagtitrade ito sa merkado, no, sumasabay na ito sa merkado, no. So kumbaga automatic na siyang lumalabas dito sa ating screener yung data, no. Hindi na natin kailangan mag-compute pa, or hindi na natin kailangan mag-type pa ng kailangan nating kuning mga data, no. So dito automatic na. Okay, so soon ibibigay ko ito sa inyo guys na libre, no. So antay-antay nyo lang kasi hindi pa natin natatapos. Okay? So mabalik tayo dito kay DMC. Nakikita natin dito yung kanyang intrinsic value ngayon ay nasa 4.8 pesos per share. And yung kanyang previous close ay nasa 5.17, no? 5.17 na ang price ni DMC. So overvalue na siya, no, in terms of intrinsic value natin ngayon. So nakikita natin dito na bumaba yung kanilang earnings, no? Sa kadahilanan na kung i-compare natin yung third quarter earnings na company ngayon to last year na talagang significantly nag-drop yung kanilang earnings, kaya yung intrinsic value natin sa company bumaba din. So nakikita natin dito na nasa 4.8 na ang ating intrinsic value na lang sa kanya. And now, yung ating previous close, 5.17 ang ating price sa kanya. So, overvalue na siya, no? So, in terms of intrinsic value natin. So, ang gagawin natin dito, kasi yung gagawin natin, no, mag-trim down tayo sa kanya. So, yung kita natin sa kanya na 46% na kita natin, no, tatanggalin na natin sa kanya para take profit na natin sa kanya. Okay, take profit na natin yung kita natin. Gagawin ko, no? So, kukunin ko lang yung 46% na profit ko sa company, and the rest papabayaan ko na lang muna, no? Diyan muna yung aking investment. Kasi sabi ko nga sa inyo guys, yung focus ko dito kay DMC, kunin ko lang yung profit na nakuha ko, no, sa pag-invest ko sa kanya, and then papabayaan ko lang kasi nakikita natin, no, yung mga subsidiaries ni DMC talagang depressed pa ngayon. So kapag kapag bumalik na sa normal, so talagang yung price ni DMC babalik at babalik sa normal price yan. Kasi sinasabi kasi sa akin na kunin ko na yung profit, no. Dito sinasabi diyan, no. Ayan. So yung current price ay nasa 5.17, and yung kanya intrinsic value nasa 4.80. So yun yung gagawin natin, no. Okay guys, so hanggang dito na lang muna yung ating pagre-review sa company, no, sa third quarter earnings na company. So sana may natutunan kayo guys. So maraming salamat sa inyo. And as always, invest wisely and see you on the other side.